After these things I saw another angel coming down out of heaven, having great authority, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried with a mighty voice, saying, Fallen, fallen is Babylon the Great, and is become habitation of demons, and a hold of every unclean spirit, and a hold of every unclean and hateful bird. For by the wine of the wrath her fornication, all nations are fallen, and the kings of the earth committed fornication with her. And the merchants of the earth waxed rich by power of her wantonness. And I heard another voice from heaven, saying, Come forth, my people, out of her, that ye have no fellowship with her sins, and that ye savor not of her plagues. For her sins have reached even unto heaven, and God has remembered her iniquities. Render unto her even as she rendered, and doubled unto her the double according to her works. In the cups which she mingled unto her double. How much soever the glorified herself, and waxed wanton, so much give her torment and mourning. For she saith in her heart, I sit queen, and I am no widow, and shall in no wise see mourning. Therefore in one day shall her plagues come, death and mourning and famine. And she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord God who judged her. And the kings of the earth who committed fornication and lived wantonly with her shall weep and wail over her, when they look upon the smoke of her burning, standing afar off, for the fear of her torment, saying, Woe, woe, the great city Babylon, the strong city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchant of the earth weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise any more. Merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones, and pearls and fine linen, and purple and silk and scarlet, and all thy woods, and every vessel of ivory, and every vessel made of most precious wood, and of brass and iron and marble, and cinnamon and spice and incense, and ointment, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine flour, and wheat, and cattle, and sheep, and the merchandise of horses and charlots, and slave, and the souls of men, and the fruit which they so lusted after are gone for thee, and all things that were dainty and sumptuous are perished from thee, and men shall find no more at all. The merchants of these things who were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and mourning, saying, Woe unto the great city, she that was arrayed in fine linen and purple scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stone and pearl. For in 1 hour so great riches is made desolate, and every shipmaster and every one that saileth any whither, and mariners as many as gained their living by sea, stood afar off, and cried out as they looked upon the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like the great city? And they cast dust on their heads, and cried, weeping and mourning, saying, Woe, woe, the great city, wherein all had their ships in the sea, were made rich by reason of her costlessness. For in 1 hour she made desolate. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye saints, and ye apostles, and ye prophets from God has judged your judgment on her. And the strong angel took up stone, as it were a great milestone, and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with a mighty fall shall Babylon the great city be cast down, and shall be found no more at all. And the voice of harping and minstrels and flute players and trumpets shall hear no more at all in thee, and no craftsmen of whatsoever craft shall be found any more at all in thee. And the voice of the mill shall be heard no more at all in thee. And the light of the lamp shall shine no more at all in thee. And the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For the merchants were the princes of earth, for with the sorcery were all the nations deceived. And in her was found the blood of the prophets and the saints, and all that have been slain on the earth. This was the book of Revelations, chapter 18.